Guys, what's up? Welcome back to the kitchen. So most of you probably heard of some buffalo chicken sliders, and I've got some leftover turkey that I bought and deconstructed it. If you don't know how to do that, I did a video that'll be somewhere right in this area. Click on that and come back and watch this, and we're gonna take everything but the breast and just make some shredded buffalo turkey sliders. Let's get into it. So September's right around the corner, which means it is football season, and this is just going to be the recipe that you need to put in your arsenal. So every day, you're winning. You're kicking home runs and scoring touchdowns and stuff, whatever. Anyway, so this is just a super simple brine. I've got about a half a gallon of apple juice and a half a cup of salt, and I just stir it up till it's all dissolved, and I pour over this deconstructed chicken. If you follow me on Instagrams, plugs, you see where I had already done this chicken breast. Not chicken breast, this is a turkey. So anyway, you see where I did this turkey and just sliced it up and had like some sandwich meat out of it. And now here we are with everything else. I have skinned everything. So like you've got your leg quarters right here, and that's like the size of a half a chicken. So like that's another good thing about turkey, is like it's so freaking big. And I'm just gonna throw these in the crock pot. The neck, go ahead and throw that because I'm just gonna shred everything. The oysters off the back, they're in there too. And then the only thing that I had to use a knife to get the skin off of and stuff was the wings. And like right here on the end, you've got to kind of trim that little knuckle thing off. But anyway, yeah, super simple. I did rinse this before I took the skin off and after I took the skin off, so it's not like super salty. And I actually had this sitting in the brine for 5 days. That's way overkill. I just didn't have time to get to it. But I don't think that's gonna be an issue. Anyway, yeah, so what we're gonna do now is just get some buffalo sauce working up to pour over this. So if I was any kind of a YouTuber, I would put a affiliate link in the description for those bags that I use in my crockpot, like in every single crockpot video, but I'm terrible, so I'm not going to. Anyway, they're crockpot bags. I think they're Reynolds. Anyway, so I've just got some butter that's almost melted here. This is just kind of like my thing, just kind of like a starting point. Do whatever you want to do. I've got a little bit of garlic powder. Probably put a teaspoon or so of that in there. And then I've got some crushed Tabasco peppers that we dried, and then I just ground down like real fine, and I use them as like crushed red peppers. They're just like 10 times hotter than crushed red pepper, so use that very sparingly. And then I've also got some jalapenos that I did the same way. I'll probably ground them a little bit finer, but like probably a quarter teaspoon of both of those. And again, that's just because I want a little extra heat in that. And then whatever your favorite hot sauce is, just go ahead and start dumping this in until it looks like buffalo sauce. I know that that's super scientific, but probably start with maybe a quarter cup or so, whisk it together, give it a look, and then go from there. Anyway, come back in just a second. Alright, so I've added nearly half of this 6-ounce bottle, and I don't know if you can tell, but there's like some oil spots coming where it's like not fully emulsified, or whatever the term is for that. So I'm just going to add probably another ounce of this and see if I can get all that to kind of incorporate as it comes up to like just a simmer. And as soon as it does, it's going to be ready. Okay, so this is just coming up to a simmer. I used probably just over half of this bottle, so I'm going to say about 3.5 ounces of hot sauce in that. I'm going to kill the heat and then stir this one more time. Everything came together pretty well, and then I'm going to let this cool just a little bit, and then I'm going to dump it over that turkey. This here, and I'm just going to cover this, and we'll put it on low all day tomorrow while I'm at work, and come back and take a look at it. He finishes up in the crock pot. What I've got here is just the makings for some homemade ranch dressing, and this is just pretty much equal parts mayonnaise and milk. If you got buttermilk, go ahead and use that, but I don't, so it's just 2%. And then here I've got about a teaspoon lemon pepper, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of salt, probably a half a teaspoon of dried dill, and then just a spring onion that I cut up. And I'm just gonna put this in here, hopefully, and then give this a good shake and set it in the fridge and let it get good and thick for like 10 hours or so. It's again probably overkill, but I was just at work. It was probably done at 6 or 7 hours. But anyway, I just took the lid off of this. We're just gonna see like how fall off the bone this is. Like that just pulls apart super easy. I'm going to take all the bones out and then just shred this up, and we'll get back at it. Okay, so I've got all the meat pulled off the bones here, and my dog's coming back in here for some more scraps. But anyway, so I just went through and just double checked to make sure there wasn't anything in there, and just re-shredded that really fine. On the drumsticks, there's these little like tendon things that are like, there's probably like 10 in each leg, so just be sure you look out for those. That was more like a bone, but they're just little white strips. And then as you can see, everything came off the bone just super clean, super easy. I am gonna put like, I don't know, maybe a half a cup or so of this juice that was in the crock pot back on this, just kind of keep everything nice and moist and add some of that flavor back to it. And then I skipped a super crucial step with this bread. What I did was I took a knife and I just cut it. It's pretty important that you do that. But anyway, so what I'm gonna do is just get this mixed in good with that sauce and load this up, put some cheese on it, put some ranch on it, and then start plating up. This put together, I did put mine in the oven and just turned it on, and then it didn't even get up to temperature on the preheat, but I did that just to melt the cheese so it looks good and stuff. And there's probably, I would say, twice as much meat still left than what I've got in these 12 sliders here. So we may do like some buffalo turkey tacos or something tomorrow night. But anyway, yeah, just sliced through this right here and got that all stuff and things. And I was gonna slice those in individually, but I'm gonna eat all 3 of those, so there's no need in it. But anyway, yeah, pretty simple, super budget, and really tasty. Hope y'all enjoyed.